these things. So number 11.
On September 28, 1998, Hurricane George struck as Secretary of State Albright worked on the final details of an agreement in which Israel would give up 13% of Judah and Samaria. Hurricane George slams into the U.S. Gulf Coast, focusing on Alabama, and George had 110 mile-per-hour winds and gusts up to 175 miles per hour. George hit the coast and stalled. On September 28th, Clinton met with,
Yasser Arafat.
Don't meet with him.
And Netanyahu.
At the White House to finalize this land deal. Later, Arafat addressed the UN about declaring an independent Palestinian state. You can tell what's coming. In May 1999, as Hurricane George pounds the Gulf Coast,
causing how much damage?
$1 billion in damage. At the exact time that Arafat departs the country, the storm begins to dissipate.
Think it was a coincidence?
No.
Every time Arafat seemed to come here, there was something bad that happened.
So we say, Lord, keep him away.
Well, he's dead now.
Okay.
Item number 12. From October 17th to 22 October 1998, floods ravaged Texas. On 15 October 1998, Arafat and Netanyahu met at the Wye River Plantation in Maryland to discuss the pothole to peace. The talks were scheduled to last 5 days, with the focus on Israel giving up 13% of its territory. I don't understand this focus on 13%.
Interesting number.
The talks were concluded on 23 October. On 17 October, awesome rains and tornadoes hit southern Texas. The San Antonio area was deluged with rain. The rain and flooding in Texas continued until 22 October and then subsided. The floods ravaged 25% of Texas and caused over $1 billion in damage. On 21 October, Clinton declared this section of Texas a major disaster area.
On November 30th, 1998, stock market capitalization evaporated as Arafat came to Washington to meet with President Clinton to raise money for a Palestinian state with Jerusalem as its capital. A total of 42 other nations were represented in Washington. All the nations agreed to give Arafat $3 billion in aid. Clinton promised $400 million and the European nations $1.7 billion. On the same day, should we be surprised? The Dow Jones average dropped 216 points. And on December 1st, the European market had its third worst day in history. Hundreds of billions of dollars in market capitalization were wiped out in the U.S. and Europe. Was this just a coincidence? What do you think?
Well, and again, as we speak, these people are meeting in Washington to discuss giving away Israel's land.
Well, see, that's why I pray every day. God, don't let us curse Israel, because he said in his promise to Abraham, I will bless those who bless you,
right,
and I will curse those who curse you. So we're really being set up.
Yep, by ourselves.
I know. But we can pray, Al.
Item 14. On December 12, 1998, Clinton went to the Palestinian-controlled section of Israel to negotiate land for peace. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives voted 4 articles of impeachment against Clinton.
So on March 23rd, 1999...
Here comes old Arafat again.
Arafat meets with Clinton in Washington, D.C. So should we be surprised? The stock market fell 219 points that day, and the next day Clinton ordered an attack on Serbia.
On item 16, on 3 May 1999, a powerful super tornado struck, and on that day that Yasser Arafat was scheduled to declare a Palestinian state with Jerusalem as its capital.
Not a good idea.
The most powerful tornado storm system up to that time to hit the United States swept across Oklahoma and Kansas. The winds were clocked at 316 miles per hour, the fastest wind speed ever recorded. The declaration was postponed until December 1999. Clinton wrote a letter to Arafat encouraging him in his, quote, aspirations for his own land, unquote. He also wrote that the Palestinians have a right to, quote, determine their own future on their own land, and that they deserve to live in freedom today, tomorrow, and forever.
So, on September 3rd, 1999, Secretary of State Albright met with Arafat in Israel. On the same day, Hurricane Dennis slammed ashore after weeks of changing course in the Atlantic Ocean. On September 22nd, 1999, Arafat met with Clinton in Washington, D.C. The day before and after the meeting, the stock market